I'm Marcus Hill, 36. On paper, I was a project coordinator at a small construction firm, living in a two-bedroom starter house with my wife, Claire. What I didn't tell anyone, not even her, was that my dad, Richard Hill, runs Hillworth Industries, a 5B conglomerate. I kept it quiet because I wanted a marriage built on love, not my last name. The drift: for a while, Claire and I were good, cheap date nights, big plans, small budget. Then she found a new crowd, led by a human Rolex named Brandon Cross. Suddenly, she spoke in opportunities, measured life in square footage and thread counts, and laughed at Brandon's jokes like they printed money. At home, she called me safe and unambitious. I could have ended the argument with one phone call to my father. I didn't. If love has a price, I can't afford it. The suitcase one Friday. I came home early and found a suitcase open, on our bed. No tears, no speech. Just Claire folding her life into neat stacks. "Brandon can give me the life you can't," she said. I wished her luck. It hurt, sure, but the relief was real. I'd rather be alone than audition for my own marriage. The reset: I buried myself in work and finally showed up to one of Dad's Sunday dinners. He listened to the whole story, then said, "She made her choice. One day you'll see it's her loss." Not tender exactly, but true. I started consulting on Hillworth projects, still incognito, and rebuilt my life the honest way. The lobby 6 months later, Dad asked me to HQ at 9 a.m. I was in the lobby reviewing notes when I heard a voice I knew too well. Claire. On Brandon's arm. Designer everything. She marched to reception and demanded an urgent meeting with Richard Hill. No appointment, of course. They spotted me. Claire smirked. "Here to beg for a job? Poor guy." Brandon added, "Poor guys aren't allowed." Here, I checked my watch. 8:59. The elevator chimed. My father stepped out, tailored calm, hurricane authority. "Marcus," he said. "Good. You're early." Claire's smile curdled. Brandon's swagger faltered. Dad looked them over and, without taking Claire's outstretched hand, said, loud enough for marble to echo, "I've fired your father. Both of you out." Color drained from Brandon's face. I filled in the blanks. "Internal fraud investigation. Terminated last week. Security flanked them." Claire tried one last pivot. "He deceived me. He never told me who he was." "I wanted someone who loved me for me," I said. Apparently that was asking too much. She threatened to tell everyone. I was a liar. Dad half laughed. "Please do. Shall I start with the newspapers I own or the magazines?" They were escorted through the revolving door. Claire looked back. "We could have had everything." "I wanted to see your true colors," I said. "Now I have." Consequences, not revenge. By week's end, firms quietly severed ties with the Cross family. 3 major contracts evaporated. Brandon's leased car disappeared. The luxury apartment, gone. Turns out, connections are fragile when you steal from Richard Hill. Meanwhile, Dad slid a folder across a linen-covered table at dinner. "Vice President, Strategic Development," he said, "effective immediately." I'd earned my way up. Now he was handing me the keys I knew how to use. The right person: I met Emma Rodriguez at a children's literacy fundraiser. Pediatric nurse, Honda. Civic, coffee stain on the passenger seat, laugh that didn't care about price tags. I introduced myself plainly. "I'm Marcus Hill. My father owns Hillworth. I'm a VP. She didn't flinch. "Emma, I change IVs and read Dog Man aloud. My ex ran off with his trainer. We might be perfectly matched disasters. No games. No tests." She liked that I knew the crew's kids' names and comparison-shopped pasta sauce. Dad adored her. He asked about her patients and funded her hospital's kids' wing without press releases. Full circle, higher floor months. After the showdown, I stood in the same lobby in a suit that finally fit and a nameplate upstairs that read, Marcus Hill, VP. Emma squeezed my hand. Dad stepped from the elevator and beamed like the world's scariest grandpa when Emma told him a little girl named Sophia was responding to treatment. Somewhere out there, Claire was learning that luxury built on lies collapses fast. I don't wish her harm. I just understand now, success isn't money, it's character. Love isn't access, it's showing up. I wanted a life I earned and a partner who chose me without a balance sheet. I got both, and that's everything.